Okay, so I've mixed about 8 ounces or so of resin here. FYI, alcohol inks are very poignant and staining. I dropped my bottle and it didn't leak, but when I unscrewed the lid, it was in the lid and it spilled all over my hands, and this is with lots of cleaning with baby wipes and alcohol. So just something to take note of. I've got a few little phone grip things over here. I've put little logos on that I'm gonna flood coat, and I've got one coaster I had leftover resin and I made it a deep navy, and it says it's 2021 unforgettable, just for fun. So I'm gonna flood coat those and then start on this, which is a mold that is 10 inches. It has a little wave in it. I don't know if it's stuck to resin and it kind of pulled on it or what. I'm hoping once I put resin in it, it will flatten it out. I may have to throw this one out though. But we're gonna try to go with it. What I did also was I had some crushed glass and I put alcohol ink in the crushed glass and I've let it dry. And I'm concerned that when I put resin in it, it'll turn the resin blue, which I really don't want it to do. So that's why I'm gonna kind of approach this in an unusual fashion just to see what the results are. I have some fabulous red, silver, and blue confetti stars that I'm going to put some resin in that. I want it around the edge, but I may have to do it in phases. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to start with the little phone grips. So these geode molds hold 2 ounces. So I usually do about 1 ounce of resin. And if I want to add, paper or embellishments or painting, I leave myself enough room to paint or embellish it, and then put in about another 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce of resin to seal it in. So these don't have to be covered like super thick or anything. They're just foam grips, or I may make them into magnets, but you just want to make sure it goes to the edges of your mold and not over the edges. So we're going to see when we add resin if this turns the resin blue or if the resin stays clear. I suspect it will turn blue. I put a sticker that I'm going to use underneath just to kind of center it to get where I want my shapes to be. Kind of looks like, well, the resin is turning a little bit blue, but not too bad. So I'm gonna spoon it out. I'd actually like to put white in the middle here, so that's why I'm thinking I will have to let this dry, cure, and then do the white and a second step. be back. Okay, I'm going to show you this. It moved a little bit, but you see how the silicone is kind of flexible. I'm just hoping that with the weight of the resin I put in there that will level out. And this is raised a bit, and I'll put another layer of clear right here and then put white in the center. Yeah, and this is curved here too for some reason. It curved up. So I'm hoping it'll kind of relax. Okay, I've actually warmed this up a little bit with my heat gun, and so it rested and it's laying flat again, but I still have this little bubble in the middle, so hopefully that'll work out okay. And I just wanted to show you, this was the one coaster I had that was kind of a dark navy. Got some gold I need to get off, but a dark shimmery navy. And then I just had enough to make one coaster, so I decided just to write it's 2021 Unforgettable and do some gold edges. So just a fun, unusual coaster by itself. And then I made a bunch of these little, they can be used for magnets. Here's one that I hand painted just for fun. Or phone grips. So I'll be gluing these onto those. I had a little batch of those I made. So we're going to take a look. I haven't done much of that petri dish kind of thing where you just drop the alcohol ink and the white in. I have no idea what this will look like. I may have swished it too much. I did. I should have just stopped with one pass, but I went around and did it a couple of times. So, but yeah, I swirled it too much. So I guess the key is if you drop it in and you do a swirl, just do it once. Don't do it continually, because then it just becomes a conglomeration of stuff. So I'll probably put something over this and give it a flood coat again. And it's nothing special on the back side, but I might can use that as a flower or something. I'll figure out something on that one. So I'm going to take, this is a little over 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces. I'm going to put Lett's Resin Ocean Alcohol Ink white in it. You could use Cast and Craft or Armor Art white if you have those. Just a good white pigment. So let's see how, I don't want it transparent, I want it opaque. And that's not transparent, so that should work. And then I do want to put some sparkle white in, just because I love sparkle white. Pretty healthy amount of that. From Funshine Color Shop, Etsy. Links are below the video. Sparkle white can be added to anything to give any color sparkle, and it doesn't adjust the color really. It doesn't make it whiter or paler. So that's the beauty of sparkle white, is it can go in any color and give it that shimmer that you're looking for. So I don't want this to go over this dam of the blue crushed glass. So that was just about pretty much perfect. If it creeps into the blue a little bit, that's okay, but I just don't want it to go over. And again, there's that lump in the mold. I need a new mold. So I'm going to watch that for a little bit just to make sure it doesn't creep too far. It is starting to creep a little bit there, so hopefully it won't go any further. And I'm going to put a little bit more clear around the edge here. And I can see it coming over the blue, so I'm not going to put any more. So I've got quite a bit of resin I need to use then. But see, there's the high spot on the, if you have a mold that's funky, you're going to have to keep pressing and hoping that'll stay down. So I'm going to have to keep working on that. I'm going to move this to the side though. Okay, so my mold is just really wonky. Can you see that? There's a big old bump right there. I added more white resin later. It's sticky. It's just been weird. Well, I just heated it, that's why it's sticky. I'm going to go ahead and put the decal down though. Oh well, I'm going to let it sit overnight. There's some bubbles in the sticker, but maybe the finished resin coat will help. But like here, there's soft spots. It's just weird. So I'm going to hang this mold up to dry after this and not use it again. But that's what I have intentions for, is to do it this way. So I'll keep an eye on this. Okay, the bottom is wavy. You see? Can you see that? See how wonky it is? It'll lay flat, but the mold was messed up. So, but it's a nice piece, and if nothing else, I can give it to my husband because it's American pride, and he served proudly in the Air Force for 23 years, so I know he'd enjoy it if nothing else, you know. So anyway, there's that video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not having too much luck with just putting alcohol inks down and resin, you know. It's just still a little bit sticky on the other side, so leave that on the silicone mat that's perfectly smooth to finish curing. And it may not cure all the way. I may need to put a coat on the other side. I have been working really hard this past week to get ready for a festival tomorrow. Don't know how many people will be there. It may not be hardly anybody. It may be a lot. You never know. So I'm worn out. I'm going to relax for a little bit and get up in the morning and head to the festival. So I will see you on the next video. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.